deal with airplane peanuts.
Ben has left the show.
You want to tell them you tried to start your own merch line. No, and I called the police.
That's not it, Ben.
Okay, let me try again.
Swing and a miss from producer extraordinaire,
Man.
Ben Avery. Swing and a miss.
Are you suing me or are you suing my wife's family?
I swear to God, they send these dirty pieces of shit.
But if I do the thing where I bring up your behavior, then now we're back in the cycle. So I have to pretend that I'm the big piece of shit.
All the comments like Ben should die.
People like you and people that grew up in places like you did are going to have to feel pain now.
Thanks, Ben. Please go up more. I mean, here's what's amazing. Here's what these podcast producers don't realize. They've all won a lottery.
Ben really doesn't do his job. This is very interesting. Ben really doesn't do his job.
If he had set the mic up in the beginning,
I couldn't get any more.
Well, if he had set the mic up in the beginning, you'd be fine.
He coasts, and all he does is complain that he has to travel, and that him and his wife can't get drunk.
Thank you, Ben. You don't have to telegraph what you're doing. You can just deliver.
Do you ever feel like you work too hard?
Check, test.
It's all fake.
It's a clapper, so I
It's
can
so
see the
fake.
thing and then sync.
I mean, it's a pretty big fuck up.
But
People are gonna have your head for this.
Let's just say all podcast producers, anyone can do your job.
I hate Ben.
We're rolling.
I know we are. It's the Tim Dillon. Can you sit in your chair and do the show? Where are you going?
I was looking for my water.
I wish Ben was killed by the Russians and not you.
well, there's a lot of boxes I really like.
Oh my God, will you tell us about some of them, you fucking bitch? Everyone's very disappointed in your behavior right now. I think you're even disappointed in your behavior right now.
Ben Avery announced on Instagram Monday that he is no longer the producer of The Tim Dillon Show, saying, "I've been receiving a lot of messages and comments about this, so I want to say something officially. Unfortunately, I no longer work on the show as of the last few weeks. I'm extremely grateful for my time with the show and what it's meant to so many people. I wish nothing but the best for Tim. I'm also thankful for the support from all the people that have emailed and messaged me over the years or have met me in person. It means a lot to me. I'm working on some projects now, and I'm excited to share them with you all as soon as I can. Ben."
Ben has left the show. We should get, that's the big news.
Oh, that was the big news?
That's the big news. Ben's no longer with the show.
Yeah, no.
And we love Ben and we wish him well. And it wasn't over money. He was offered a lot of money to stay, but he wants to do other creative things. He doesn't want to be a giggler. I got to respect that. You know, I respect.
Stay tuned for the next Ben Avery project.
Whatever it is. I mean, God bless him. And you know, it's not over money. So I do feel like I said, hey, here's a shitload of money.
Yeah.
Do something you don't love to do anymore. And because for me, I go do it. Take the money.
Right.
But for him, he has this morality and this code where he's like, I don't want to use you for money. I'm not happy. And I, you know, maybe I created a hostile work environment with, you know, and I'd say shut up to him on the show. Right. I didn't mean shut up. I meant I don't want you to talk.
At first, most people thought this was a joke, including myself. It seems like some sort of long bit that they would pull off. Olivia Sienna said, "Please be a joke. Did Tim try to grab the wrong microphone?"
Everyone listening to this already thinks there's an article coming out in the LA Times with a crying Ben Avery. I mean, everyone already, there's no one not thinking he was right. There's nobody listening to the show right now that does not believe he was molested.
Right.
No way.
It certainly seems real at this point, but it makes sense why we thought they might have been joking. I mean, this seems like something that Tim and Ben might do, some sort of long ruse. It fits the dynamic of the whole show. Tim constantly shitting on Ben, saying that he's sabotaging the show, pretending to fire him, looking for new producers. It makes sense why we thought this might have been a joke, but it seems real at this point. Brosoup said, "Tim fires him every couple months. I just can't take Tim seriously, so I can see him telling Ben to do this. We'll see if it's real." I could totally see Tim telling Ben to make this long statement saying that he's no longer with the show, and then him being back the next episode. But we do know at this point that it probably is real. Finally, Tim can run the show without someone trying to sabotage him at every turn. Tim finally drove this poor Jewish boy insane. And Tim seems like a bad boss to me. So that's kind of like the dynamic that they've always had. And it's honestly one of the best parts of the show. I think when Tim is mean to Ben, it makes me laugh every time because I figure that they're all in on the joke.
I've taken shit from people for no money.
Right.
I've literally, people have shit down my throat for nothing, you know? So, and I was, and again, this wasn't like a thing where I was abusive or whatever, but I do think on the show, the dynamic of me always being shut up and me, I mean, did you observe any of that, semi-famous Ryan?
Yes, but I thought it was part of the interplay, part of the banter.
Yes. I shot him in the leg once. Now that wasn't part. No, it was. I think it was part of the banter. But no matter how much somebody wants to say it's part of the banter, when I told Louis was like, "Oh yeah." Louis goes, "It's always so funny when you tell him to shut up." But Louis goes, "Oh yeah, I knew that guy was going to quit because he probably goes home and his wife's like, why do you let him speak to you like that?" But it's every dynamic in radio. The producer always sucks.
Yeah.
Go back to Stern. Go back to anywhere. You're always shitting on the producer. This is not new. I didn't reinvent the wheel. This is just kind of the fun dynamic. We spend all our time together. I get mad at him. He'll get mad at me. It's just the dynamic of two people that spend a lot of time together. One's kind of this cranky curmudgeon. One's a young, sweet boy. And I'm like kind of being like, shut up. What do you know about life?
No, not everyone was upset with this news, actually. There were a few people saying that the show's been stale for a while, that it's been time for a change, time to switch things up, that maybe this has run its course with Tim and Ben. This guy said the show's been pretty shitty lately, not gonna lie, and now I see why. Love Ben so much. The show will never be the same without him, the Robin to Tim's Batman. Ben commented, my favorite Ben Avery moment was when he left the show. Maybe this is Ben Avery's burner account, actually. And I Ejaculate Fire said, it did seem like the show's definitely gone downhill. Now I know why.
I am going to do my thing. It's still going to be a solo show. We're bringing in new producers. I hired a new guy who's really good. The show needed a little bit of reinvention because it was getting stale. And Ben, I think, quit 2 years ago, but he kept coming in, and that I respect.
Tim also mentioned that the constant traveling and road life of the job might be a reason why Ben was unhappy with his role. He was also newly married, so that's got to be hard to make both things work.
If I can't give you a lot of money, I don't know what to do. I can't make you feel better. I can't make you a comic. He wasn't a comic, and you're sitting next to a comic. There was a lot of travel.
Sure.
I think that kind of wore on him.
He had to go to Australia. That's terrible.
London.
Awful.
Horrible places. And
where do you guys stay? Like
he
Liverpool?
Stayed in a cheaper place than me, but it was still like a nice. But I think it wears on the marriage. I get it. And he's not a comic, so he's not getting what I get out of it, right? So he's not walking on a stage and entertaining people for an hour. So here's the deal. I think everybody's got to live the life they want to live. And somebody might want to go, I don't want to giggle.
Right.
Like, that's not what I want to be known for. I don't want to be a giggler. I don't want to be a guy who just sits next to a guy.
But now that the news is confirmed that Ben Avery has actually left the Tim Dillon Show, a lot of comedy fans are left wondering what their relationship is currently like. Master Kush said, not sure what the drama is, but hopefully all parties are in good terms. Wish you all the best. VidKid said, fucking end of an era. And no one took this news harder than Cal Howell, who said, this news has me more upset than when I was arrested for some weed. Fucking love Ben. I'm just going to pray that Tim and Ben are trolling. Either way, I'm heartbroken. LMAO. Thoughts go out to Cal in this trying time.
Now listen, I love Ben. There's no ill will. I want Ben to have a great life. Ben and me have had, a major impact on each other's lives, right? Like, we became really close friends. We did a lot of cool videos. He was part of the rebirth of the show in LA. Like, when I went out there to live, he's been there for a lot of crazy moments in my life, and I do love him. And I respect whatever he wants to do, because you get one life.
Personally, I'm going to miss Ben Avery on the show. I really enjoyed the dynamic that Tim and Ben had together. It must have been rough to basically be a lunatic's punching bag for a living, but someone had to do it. It made all of us laugh. So cheers to you, Ben Avery. You truly are good.
But will he become a Patreon member?
I'm sure that he probably has a subscription, or...
I mean, he's going to have to. If he's not paying now, we should reset the Patreon so the password doesn't work anymore.
Well, should we come up with a tier? Should we come up with a tier ex-producer? Where he has to pay $5,000 a month, ex-producer tier.
And it's just one additional abusive episode.
Yeah, it's just one episode from me to him telling him to go fuck himself. I'm like, I know you're listening to this, you piece of shit. This is the one above the Rothschild. Sit down. Tell your wife it's time for the monthly fuck you.
You forced him to take it as part of a severance package?
Yeah. My business manager's like, hello, Ben. As part of the severance, you will be given several weeks of your salary. Also, Tim has stipulated that for one episode on the Patreon every month, he will insult both you and your wife, and you will have to listen to it. You will have to record yourself listening to it. I should make a stipulation where he has to sit there and have a camera on him for an hour while I just scream at him.
Thank you for watching this video. Subscribe to Joke World right now if you haven't, and please, for the love of God, go follow us on Instagram. We are 400 people away from reaching 10,000 Instagram followers. I know it's so stupid to care about Instagram followers as much, but come on, we have 130,000 on YouTube, and we're still in the 9,000s on Instagram. We're posting similar content. You guys would like it if you like this video. If you like this channel, go follow us on Instagram. And if you DM us, we'll send you free stickers in the mail.